comes up, this dashboard, this is all the information for what's going on. If you had a live event scheduled right now, like if this was Sunday morning, there would be something right there showing that Resi is actually running on the left-hand side. Upcoming events, that's basically your schedule. You can see like Journey students tonight. That's happening. You can see there's a red dot on Sunday, so we know we have something on Sunday scheduled, and Tuesday the 24th we have something scheduled. Far side, these are our encoders. So the main encoder is this one right here. This is the one we use. Backup encoder is in the rack, but we can't schedule anything to it because our plan doesn't allow it. You can't schedule two things at once. So basically the backup encoder is, I come in on a Sunday morning, oh crap, the main one's dead, it's not working. I can just transfer all those schedule over to that one, and it'll still pick up at Sherwood. It'll still stream to Chop, to YouTube, everything like that. So all you have to do is just move the schedule over to that encoder. Below that, you can see the venues. They used to call them venues, now they're called decoders. So Sherwood, we can see that Sherwood is online. If we were actually click on this, you could actually see the IP address. You know that it's on. So if Steve called and said, hey, something's wrong with the decoder, you'd go here first and you'd say, oh, it's showing that it's not on right now. Journey Evans is a backup decoder that we bought years ago. It's actually over here in this rack by Broadcast Audio. It's not in use, but if a decoder at Sherwood died, we could run this one down there really quick, hot swap it, and there's no issues. Other thing, monthly bandwidth, that's how much we use on a monthly basis. Since we've upgraded, we haven't gotten any more warnings. We don't have any issues. That's actually a lot of bandwidth that we're using. Media bin is where all of our services record. I think they last for 7 days before they delete off Resi. That's just to help clear the cache, things like that. Journey students, I think, is 7 days as well. You can adjust that in settings. There's ways you can keep certain videos longer, shorter, anything like that. We've never had to have them longer than that because we record to YouTube. So YouTube is separate from this. We hold there for as long as we need to. Analytics, really quick. If you want to see, like yesterday, Meeks came to me and asked, what did the last year look like? Like how many countries did we stream to? So we can see last year we had over 15,000 viewers, which is a pretty cool stat if you think about it. We were in, I think, 9 different countries is what I saw yesterday. And I think we were in almost every state. I think we were short 4 states. I think we had 46 states last year that we had views in. You can actually break down to device type. You can see what people are watching on, so you know how to optimize what people are using, what the audio should sound like. So when broadcast audio, it's like, all right, we see mobile devices are our main use, so we really need to focus on what does it sound like on somebody's mobile device. So pretty cool there. This is the main piece schedule. I'm going to pull up this Sunday's, the 22nd. So if we'll click on it, this is where Resi's interface is kind of crappy and sucks. The way stuff lays out is stupid. So on Sunday, you'll see all these boxes. These are all our embed codes for each service. And I'll show you how to build one of these so you don't have to worry about too much of this. Details, it shows all the detail of what this event is. We can see the decoder kicks on at 7 a.m. and it runs till 1:15 p.m. And that this event just repeats every 7 days, so you don't have to schedule this every Sunday. Just till the end of time, this is the way it's set up. Content source is going to be a live encoder. It's the Journey community shirts, that's our main one, and then there's some settings in here. Once again, I'll show you this when we schedule an event. And then you have destinations. These are the important things. The ones with the Resi logo are setting up a web event. So this is where you would use the embed code to send a chop or to put in, if we used embed codes on our website or anything like that, this is where you'd get that information for it to stream at this time. These with YouTube are each of our independent YouTube services. And you can see when they start, when they end. Typically I start a stream about 5 minutes before service and it runs about 5 to 8 minutes longer. YouTube, I cut a little bit tighter on the ending, just because we've gotten our services down to where we don't typically run 10, 15 minutes over. I think this Baptism Sunday was the first time we run over for a long period of time. If you need to get information on that little box, that little weird signal right there. You can click on it. This is where you get that embed code for what we're going to put in Chop. Basic high level stuff. So easiest way to show you is probably just schedule an event. So let's go to tomorrow. We'll do add event. We're just going to call this test. I typically don't put anything in the event description. If you want to get more details, you can. If you use an embed code, those details will follow over to Chop. If you put those in, it'll automatically fill that in for you. Like Christmas Eve, if you want to put in a nice, hey, Merry Christmas from Journey. This is our Christmas Eve services, yada, yada, yada. You could do that. We don't use thumbnails for anything. This is going to be a live encoder event. If you're doing a replay, like if this was, say we get into wanting to replay the 9 o'clock service, this is where you'd use that replay feature, and you'd hit that and just use the 9 o'clock embed code. We're going to select our encoder. We have 2 here. We're not using the backup, obviously. We want to use the main one. Start live encoder stream 30 minutes before event begins. I typically do that. That way you know it's on. You have time to check it. So if your start time's 10 a.m., the encoder is going to kick on and actually start broadcasting at 9:30 a.m. So you can always think through that. It doesn't count against your duration that you're going to put in or anything like that. So next you'll do duration. We're going to start at 10 a.m. It's going to last an hour and 15. So that's your basic. Resi's kicking on. This is how long Resi is going to stay on and actually stream this event for. So next you have to add your destinations. So you're going to hit add destination. We want to send it to Chop, or we need an embed code for something for our website, anything like that. So we're going to hit web. You're going to select web channel. These don't matter as much anymore. Typically the only ones that I use that are different. So CEO streams was what Austin used to use for Christmas and Easter only. That's what CEO. I don't use that one anymore. I don't use Easter at Journey. I do use funerals. Journey students, we don't typically create a web event necessarily anymore because we used to stream to their Chop. We don't stream to their Chop anymore. If you wanted to, that would generate embed code for their Chop. Then there's some special ones in here. For Sundays, I always use Sunday services for all 3 services. It does not matter time-wise. There is a 12 o'clock, but that one was because we had some different parameters on the 12 o'clock before. We don't anymore. It's all very simple. So for tomorrow, we'll use Sunday service. Web preset, we're going default. And then this is where you can adjust your time. Obviously, you can't start it before the encoder starts. So we're going to do, like we'll say this one starts at 10:05. So at 10:05, that's when that embed code will become live. So on Chop, 10:05, now they can actually see the stream. And then we're going to adjust this time to whatever. Let's do 11 o'clock. Our web title, it's going to give you a warning there that you can't extend it during live broadcast. Nothing we do really the way we stream, you're going to be able to extend it unless you just hit go live in the morning on Sunday mornings. Once again, you type in a description if you want to test. So then we would hit add. So now that's there. So if that was Sunday, that would be our 9 a.m. what we're going to use to go to Chop. Now for YouTube, typically on our YouTube, we have access to Journeyland and Journey students in here if we need to stream something YouTube-wise for one of their events. For us, Journey Community Church, privacy is unlisted. Published status is published. Web's presets normally default. And then once again, you just adjust the time. This can be a different time than what the other one is. So if we say, oh, we want this one tighter, we only want a certain piece of it, you can go 10:10 to whatever. And then you would just hit add on that. So now that's set up for YouTube. That's all you have to do on the YouTube side. So if we weren't streaming Chop, we just streamed YouTube, that's what we would use. If you wanted it to show where people could actually go to it, click the right one. You could make it public, like that way people could see it live. Like if we needed it, like it was an emergency on Sunday where Chop's down, you could go in and adjust this really quick, make this public, and then it should appear on YouTube, and then you can send people to that live link on YouTube, which would be through YT Studio. You get your live links from that. We haven't had to do that since I've been here, fortunately. So once you do all that, you'll hit save. So that's and then you can come back to your schedule. You can see that Resi is up running. You see that you have the encoder. It'll give you time that the encoder kicks on right here. You can see what channel it is, all the presets. This encoder preset right here is just the quality of what we're streaming. It'll automatically, when you choose that default, this automatic comes up. There's some older ones in there. I don't know if I can delete them or if we have to call Resi and get them to delete them out. Basically, that's the profile of what our encoder streams out: quality, frame rate, everything. This one's been pretty solid. It matches our bandwidth. It doesn't have a ton of latency. We don't get lip sync issues, so we've kind of gone with this setting. You can see it says VJ audio test because when we went from a 16 channel audio to a 2 channel, I just labeled it so we knew it was different. But this is the newest and latest one. Last year, if you remember Good Friday last year, we had an issue where we were using a preset and Resi wouldn't stream out, and they had changed something, and it was such an old preset that they wouldn't let us use that one anymore. So